Check 1 2, check 1 2. We are going live. What's up, everyone? Harry the Big Dog here with the DJ interview. And again, I want to thank everybody coming in from YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. I want to say good evening. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe out there. It's still going on, so be safe. So, without further ado, I want to bring in my next special guest. Uh, she's doing wonders out there. Yes, she. Let me bring in DJ Shorty Love.
What's Harry?
What's going on? How you doing today?
I'm great. Yep, my eyes open this morning. I'm good.
Yeah, you got on the wake up list, right?
Yep. What's up with you?
Everything is good out here in Virginia. The weather has been raining like crazy out here.
Mm.
The sun peeked out for a few minutes today, but it's still cloudy, and it's probably going to rain again. So
Keep that down there.
I know, right?
I'm trying to come this way, but keep that down there. I'm on my bike and I'm on my scooter daily, so I don't need no rain right now.
You need no rain.
But my plants need rain, so I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, okay. Maybe I took a little bit.
You need a break from that bike so y'all could get some of this rain. Please take it. Give us some of that sun. All right, let's get this thing going. So, we're doing the DJ interviews.
Yeah.
We're doing them all month because this is National DJ Month. You're number 18. So
number 18.
Number 18. And that's how old you look, actually. 18.
Oh, I had to think about that for a second. I thought you was going on.
I got a couple of cool points for that.
Yeah. Oh man, I've been DJing longer than that, so.
Oh, okay. So let's get this started. Tell us your name, where you representing, and how you got started in this game.
I'm DJ Shorty Love. I represent Harlem. First Lady of Fourth Quarter Boys. And how did I get started? Oh man. I've told this story a million times. So I got started because when I graduated from 8th grade, my godmother, she treated me to a trip to California. So we spent some time out there in Los Angeles and Hollywood and things. And her friend who we stayed with, his roommate was a DJ. And he had a whole bunch of records in his room. And at that time, I used to try to put not mixes, but just put songs together on mixtapes and stuff on not mixtapes either, just tapes, just on cassette to have
cassette tapes.
Because I loved it, right? So I go in his room and I'm like, oh, sure, he got this. Oh, he got that. He got Charcoal Quest. He got this. He got that. I'm like, oh, can I put some of these on a tape? Can I, whatever? So I just wanted the music, the songs. So what he did was he showed me how to use the turntables. He said, hey, listen here in your cue, and then you fade over when you want to play the next one. And he said, go ahead. And he literally left me in there. And I was like, oh. And trust me, they said I sounded good back then, but I know it was trash. But I guess because I didn't know what I was doing, I sounded okay.
So now we already established you're 18. What year was this when this happened?
See, I would give him my age anyway. No, it's all good. I'm going to start wearing a t-shirt. It said 1990.
Wow, 1990.
Yeah.
So you were still in the era of the records.
Yeah. For sure. So, and that's what I did. I stayed in there for an hour and I put a bunch of music down. And when I came out, they were like, you were good. And I'm like, for real? Like, oh, okay. So later on, I guess after that trip, when we came back home to New York, it started going through my mind, and I was talking to people about music. And at one point, I thought I wanted to possibly become a producer. I don't know, that was a thing in my head. I threw that out the window, but And somebody told me, oh, if you became like an A&R and just get your foot like in the record labels and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, how do I become an A&R? And they were like, a lot of DJs, kind of become A&R. So then I started thinking, oh, let me get my own set and become a DJ. So I talked to my family and I said, hey, listen, Christmas is coming up. If I do good in school and I get good grades, if I, can save up enough money, allowance money, and buy myself one turntable, would you buy me the other turntable and a mixer? They were
Mm.
like, okay, we'll see about it. We'll think about it. Christmas came around. They bought me 2 turntables, a mixer, speakers, and an amp. I
Wow.
remember it was Gemini, these thin little Gemini Belt John turntables. Yep, I think I had a Gemini, yeah, because I went from Gemini to Linear Tech. I had a Gemini mixer and some Kenwood speakers. They was wooden Kenwood speakers.
Mm-hmm.
The amp was, if the amp wasn't, I don't know, if Gemini made it. It was probably Linear Tech was the amp.
Mm-hmm.
And now I had my own set, so I just started playing and playing and playing. So at that time, I really never had anybody other than that guy that showed me what to do,
Right.
really teach me like DJ skills. I just was in my room and would just be practicing. Friends would come over and stuff like that. And I think that same year I did my first party. Like
Really?
like one of my friends was like, "Will you do my party?" And I was like, "Yeah."
You just
We had a
jumped at
party
it.
at the YMCA, and I did the first year I got my equipment. I did my very first party at the YMCA for a friend of mine's birthday.
Nice. Let's see who checking in. We got DJ Tommy Lee checking in. We
Hey,
got
family.
Rhonda Supreme checking in. We got DJ Woody checking in. Oh man.
What's up, everybody?
Nice. That was that DJ Tommy Lee said that DJ in the box.
Yeah, DJ in the box. But it was even before the box. Remember they came out with the whole set in the box?
Yeah.
This was before that. I had separate pieces. 2 Gemini turntables. I had to hook it up. I remember trying to figure out how to hook it up, looking in the back. It was like, okay, the red, go with the red. And I guess yeah. The speakers didn't even come with speaker wire. I think I was mad because I couldn't play right away that day. I had to go get some speaker wire, the wire.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And I did that party with those Kenwood speakers too. Wooden Kenwood speakers with the.
I'm
with the
assuming it was
net.
a house party.
It wasn't a house party. It was at the YMCA. It was like in the community. Like,
Wow.
yeah. I remember that. Yep. I don't remember how it was. I don't know. Oh, I tore the roof
You
off.
ain't got no flyers for it or
I
anything.
just started DJing. Like, yeah.
Oh man. So you got your first party. Did you get paid?
Yeah, I got paid.
So you
I don't
became
remember
a
how much I got paid.
professional.
I might have got $100 or something.
You became a professional. You got paid.
Yeah, I got paid. So I got, I can say I started DJing then. And then I always, like, whenever I got a chance to do a party, I did the parties. Then I started doing the mixtapes.
Mm-hmm.
Mixtapes out, and with CDs, I'll try to put them out. I didn't have them out everywhere because I ain't gonna lie, that game is hard. Like, if you can't get to every borough and every single stop and then go back to them and check to see if they sold them, oh, it was rough.
So now you established yourself in Harlem
Yeah.
when you were younger. All right. Where did you venture out to after that?
Let me see. During high school, I remember I used to hang out with a group called Dog Pound Productions in Harlem, and we used to DJ at the Dome right on Bradhurst, and we used to DJ there every weekend. And I would go with, like, in the block during the weekend. We had like a empty apartment where we just had turntables set up, like six turntables. It'd be like 3 sets, and we all be in there just practicing and just a place to just come and play. So then on the weekends, we would go out to the Dome, set up outside, it's an outdoor park, and we would DJ out there every Friday and Saturday. And, they'd let me get on and do my thing every once in a while. Fellas was running it, but I was like the only lady in the crew back then.
Right.
And it was dope. I mean, a lot of people used to come out. And then unfortunately, there was a shootout, and this kid got killed. Unfortunately, everybody started running. He was trying to run, and apparently he tried to run, and from what I know, tried to run and jump over the wall, and one of those bullets caught him in the head. He was young. So from that day, we stopped that, and not too long after that, I went to college, and I did a lot of parties there. But other than the Dome, I did, stuff behind my building. I grew up on 8th Avenue. I would do stuff in the park back there, and just where, like, I always try to make a little business card or make something.
Hmm.
Like, so, from that first time I had a party, I always had some sort of parties, and it was a lot of private parties. So a lot of
That's
people
nice.
they didn't know who Shorty Love was because I
Now,
was
the
private.
64,000 question, how did you get your name?
I gave myself the name.
Oh,
I
it
know,
was handed down.
there's another story to that too. I was like after I got the equipment,
Uh-huh.
I used to live with my aunt or whatever. My mom had passed away not too long before this, so I was living with my aunt, and me and my cousin shared the bed, bunk beds. She had the top and I had the bottom, so I used to always lay down in bed. I used to be scribbling, writing stuff up on the upper part of the bed. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, yeah, I need a name, and at first it was almost gonna be Smiley Love because everybody called me Smiley because I'm always smiling. But I was about to be Smiley Love, like that don't sound right. And for some reason I came up with Shorty and then I did the love and I kind of put a little twist to the Y. And I was like, that's it. And it
That's
was good
it.
as fuck because everybody that I come across or whatever they like they remember for some reason. Once they know who I am and they meet me, they remember that. They remember the name. I don't know what it is, but
Shorty Love. It's
Shorty
easy.
Love.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, I
Shorty
mean, I
Love.
get confused sometimes too. Like sometimes they call me Lady Love, salute to Lady Love, you know. Uh, and I get Shorty Rock a lot and stuff like that. I've gotten Shirley Love, So, but
That's when they had too many of these.
yeah. Oh man.
Wow. So your journey, was there any inspiration, anybody you looked up to back in the day when you were getting started with your DJing?
Oh well, I mean, absolutely. Because I used to, like I said, I love music. So I always was listening to mixtapes. Way before I even had the thought that I wanted to DJ. Um, but I always listened to Ron G mixtapes a lot back
Ron
in.
G.
Yeah, so I love blends. And I used to listen to Ron G. I used to listen to Brucey B, Star Child. Like they had those live mix Kid Capri and like
Yeah.
the Cotton Club and stuff. They had some live mixes they used to do. But I used to listen to those over and over again. Then I started listening to like E Kim and the E Brothers. Those are like the tapes that I remember like listening to. And then on the radio, we had Red Alert always. So
Yeah.
I always used to listen to Red Alert, Molly Marr. So that was like the next stage of what I was inspired by and listening to. And then after that, I started hearing Jazzy Joyce things, and that was cool because up until then I was just hearing the fellas or whatever. So when I started hearing her stuff, that was super dope. Um, and I used to even pay attention to like I never heard her doing parties, but Kings of Swing, nod your head to this, Coco Chanel. That
Uh-huh.
little piece that when she was cutting up on that song, like I knew that was a female, and I was like, oh, that's dope. And she's nasty. She's mean.
For real. Coco Chanel, Jack
Yeah,
Joyce.
yeah. So
Let me ask you about
and
this.
that was that. And then we went to people that influenced me, like with clubs and live parties and stuff like that. We go on to that whenever you ready.
Let me ask you about this female thing. You
Okay.
said you were the only female there. Did people hate on you?
No, I didn't get anybody. I didn't get anybody hating on me. I think I got a lot of doubt. I
Okay.
used to get a lot of doubt. Like honestly, like even years into it, I remember like after I was done with college, I'm already doing parties whenever people book me. I'm doing parties, and I would be setting up. I remember I was at this bar up the block. It was called Judy's, and I'm in there, because it's a bar. People are in there already when you come in to set up, so they see me setting up or whatever. And this guy, he's just looking at me like,
You don't know what you're doing.
Exactly. And then he goes, "You know what you're doing?" I was like, "Yeah, I know what I'm doing." He's like, "You sure?" I was like, "You gonna be here?" And he's like, "All right." Like real like attitude, like, "All right." Yo, by the end of the night, he came to me. He was like, "Yo, you don't. You know what you're doing." I was like, "Thank you." But so I always got that, like, not because they see me spinning and they're like, "Oh, she don't know what she doing." Once you give me the chance, like, I'll show you I know what I'm doing.
Right.
But before I start to play or whatever, they just looked at me like, "Oh, she a female," and the way they judge some female drivers.
Yeah.
But I'm a nice driver. My husband tells me all the time I'm one of the best female drivers he knows. So don't ever sleep on a woman. Damn it.
Oh man. Mark Smooth said salute and bless you, sis Shorty love.
Marky 3, what's up, Marky 3?
Oh, that's funny. So did you go to college locally or were you out of state?
No, I was locally, but I was in Long Island. So
Okay.
I went
And
to
you
New
were
York
doing
to
parties
the
out
first
there.
college. Yeah, I was doing parties out there. Yep, they gave me the shot too. Like it was always a thing. Just give me a shot, let me see. And I would always be willing to. There was times I was shy. I was shy for a long time. Like
Really?
even doing this, I'd be like really shy. Yeah, people say that to me all the time. They like really. I'm like I am. I'm still shy. I think, but I just like I used to
I
DJ.
couldn't
I would
notice.
never. Yeah, I never would talk. And my boys used to stay on my back. It's like, yo, Shorty love, you gotta speak up. They don't even know it's a girl back there. They don't know who's DJing. Like, you gotta speak up. So I had to force myself, a little libation, little drinks helped a long way. And
Liquid
I,
courage.
and I did that enough to the point where I got used to it. Now that I don't drink that much, I still know how to get up there and I'll say
Hmm.
a little something if I got to do it. So, but yeah, I did the parties out there, and Bobby Condas and them used to come out a lot because it was a big West Indian crowd at my college, big time. So like, I gotta admit, back then my reggae game was pretty good. I don't know about now. I might just play some of the basic regulars, but my reggae game was good because if I wanted to succeed out there, I had to give the people what they want,
Yeah.
and I take that with me everywhere. Like I don't, whatever age demo you are, whatever race, nationality you are, if I know that's what's gonna be in front of me, I'm gonna try to have something for you because
Right.
it's not about me. It's about them. It's true.
Yeah.
DJs get stuck in like
Yes.
wanting to, nah, I ain't playing that. I want to hear this, or it's dope. Or I love when I tell them, yo, I'm taking you into the mind of Shorty Love, and then they vibe with it because then yeah, I go play the stuff that like what I want to play. But other than that, I don't usually do that. I play what I think the people want to hear, and that's what brings the success. I think.
What type of music do you rather listen to?
Well, straight up old school from today, brand new today's music. So,
Right.
um, and like just hip hop and R&B, pretty much. That's what I
Okay.
ra- that's what I rather listen to. And when if I get into the mind of Shorty Love, I go back into some of the like I guess what we called gangster rap back then. I'll go into some NWA and some Tupac and all that kind of stuff back then. But
Yeah,
I can't just play that at any party. So
I know.
when I got a live segment and they just want to listen to music, I can throw them joints on. I'm happy.
No throwing a kids party with NWA, huh?
Oh yeah, no, and I do kids party too. I make sure it's clean. But that's the era I come from. Like I like the '90s heavy. That time I was in California when I was learning how to mix. I mean, I was in California. I kept asking them to take me to Compton. I was like, y'all want to go see what Compton is like because I was heavy on Easy E and NWA Ice Cube and all that, and they were like, no. We can't take you there. You might not have on the wrong color, right color. And I'm like, are you serious? Like I knew about it, but I
Yeah.
was that serious. I was like, for real? And I kept begging. I was like, can we just drive by in the car? Like, let me just see. They didn't take me. They took me to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and
Okay.
that
Now, how did you get out there? Were you doing a gig?
No. Remember, I said my godmother took me for my 8th grade
Oh,
graduation as a gift.
gotcha. Yes.
Like she treated me out there, and we stayed with her friend who was a DJ. Yeah.
Mm,
So and it was something ironic that was told to me that I didn't realize. Um, I just didn't remember. It was some stuff I might have blanked out a lot when my mother passed away,
right.
but they had to remind me. So, like for instance, my mother was shopping on Black Friday, right? And she got sick from then or whatever, and then she was sick, and then she passed away December 4th. Black Friday, she was shopping. They said the last gift and it kind of sounds familiar. When my godmother had reminded me when they started coming back out with those portable turntables,
Yeah.
the little ones look like a toy or
Yep.
whatever. And she said that was the last gift my mother bought me. And then I was just like, that sounds familiar. Like for some reason I didn't remember that part, but it sounds familiar. She was like, yeah, that's the last gift. So the fact that they actually bought me a real set for Christmas, and I ended up being still doing it all these years.
Yeah.
My angel right there.
Mm.
Yeah, that part was deep. I was just like, I didn't remember that. Wow.
Some things stick with you.
I want one now too. I'm like, yeah, I don't even know where I'm gonna put it. I ain't got no way to put it, but I want one of them just for the hell of it. So
Right.
Christmas is coming, y'all. Somebody give me a little portable turntable.
You gotta
Just
go
for nostalgia's sake, for my mama, give me a portable turntable.
y'all type in the chat. Portable turntable. So so heading to the end of the 90s, the late 90s. What are you doing?
Late '90s. I was in college. I graduated with my bachelor's degree in '99.
Okay.
So I had graduated and I came back to um, New York. Well, I was in New York, but Harlem, in the city. And I
Yeah,
was,
Long Island is way out.
yeah, I was working, like I always been working. So I was always working and DJing. I never was quite blessed enough to just DJ full time.
Right.
And plus, I need benefits. They help.
Yeah.
So I've always been working. So I came home and I was working, and I still was doing parties, like a lot of private parties, community room parties, um, bars, clubs, wherever I could get in. I remember, matter of fact, short story. Uh, when I graduated high school in the '90s, mid '90s, '94, right? There was this thing they had called prom promise, right? So it basically was where you promise not to, I believe it's like drink and drive and stuff like that on
Right.
prom or whatever. And my high school, Aquinas High School, woo, we won, right? So because we won, Hot 97, I think Hot 97 sponsored it. So Hot 97 like threw us a party or whatever, and it was at the Harley Davidson Cafe,
Mm.
and Funk Master Flex was the DJ, right? So all my friends, they already knew I was DJing because I started high school in '90 and I started DJing in '90. So they already knew I was DJing, and this is like '94. So one of my friends went up to Flex. I was like, "Yo, she DJ, like let her get on or whatever, like something to that effect." And I'm like, "Yo, chill," like because I'm thinking he's gonna like, like play me or diss me or whatever. Yo, he took the headphones off and was like, right. And now I think back. Now I'm like, I guess because that was a private party for us. I wonder if it was like in a big club if he would have did that. But he took the headphones off and was like, and he let me get on. So I got on and played like 2, 3 songs or whatever. And then my friends, because they know me, they were just so happy. I got pictures of it or whatever. Like it's crazy. I look bigger, Flex look bigger. It's crazy. And
Ah,
Frank Jigger was there. Rest in peace. He was
yeah.
always so cool. Like he remembered me from that day. Like if he was still here now, he would say, "Yeah, I remember that, Shorty." Like unfortunately, Flex didn't remember because I ran into him years later. It's like, "Yo, you let me get on back in '94, and he was like, "Word." He don't remember. But my boy Frank Jigger, he remember
But
that.
you got pictures. You got
I
pictures.
got pictures too. Like, so that was pretty dope. Like, cause I was really a Funk Flex fan. You know what I'm saying, in the '90s too. So I used to go to the tunnel and all that. So that was dope for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the club scene?
Um. Yeah. Like I mean, I played in a couple of them that I can't even freaking remember. I think I might have did something with somebody at the Palladium, like a guest that got on a couple times or something. But I never had it where it was my night at the club.
Okay.
I missed that. I missed that.
Let me check the chat. Let me DJ DJ So Lovely says shout out to Shorty Love and all the female DJs.
Heck yeah! What's up, so lovely? Yes, respect the female DJs.
DJ Tommy Lee said, "Have you been back to LA since?"
I have not. I would like to go back. Yeah, I definitely would like to go back. I have not been back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we getting you. You're out of college. You've been killing it in Long Island, the other New York.
Yeah.
You come back home to New York City.
Yep.
You get private parties.
Yep.
You're still on vinyl.
Yeah, still on vinyl. And then around that time was when like the teen parties were big, and I started doing like a lot of the teen parties. My cousin Dave Dennis and Outkast, they started it up in Kennedy Center, and then me and my boy Danny D used to do those, and that used to be crazy. I mean, it was like a club, but it was teens, And then from there, that started to like expand off to other teen parties, like in clubs where they actually took away the liquor, and like they had Club Focus. I would go over there with him sometimes to DJ or whatever, and it'd be a teen party, and it'd be crazy. They'd be packed. I'm telling you, the teen parties were sick. And then from there, we was at Skate Key or whatever. So I used to go on and get on that Skate Key or whatever.
Oh, you know about Skate Key? That's
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
our neck of the woods.
That's what LA Love and Danny D, they used to let me get on a hot rod. Yep.
Oh man, right on Allenton Avenue.
Huh?
And
Oh
Allenton.
well, no, I didn't play on Allenton Avenue. I used to go there though, but when I got on and DJ'd, it was right here on 138th Street.
Oh, okay.
But Allenton Avenue, I used to go there and roller skate, and that's when I was listening to the DJs then and all that. I even used to go to the rooftop. I was little. I was crazy little at the rooftop. I was my elementary school gym teacher used to have day trips, and he used to take us to the rooftop or whatever. And I was in the lower grade where I wasn't supposed to go, but somehow I pleaded my way into going. So I'd be like the littlest one with them, and they'd be skating. And
with that smile, right?
Yeah, they be holding hands. I'd be going up under their arms and all that. Yo, I miss rooftop. Rooftop was dope. I was like, man, I used to like.
That is funny.
Grown up.
So now, I know you short on time, so I'm kind of taking this along. Hopefully we got you for another 15, 20 minutes. But
Okay.
you're making the transition to from vinyl to digital. What year did that happen?
Oh man, I don't remember what year. Well, I went from vinyl to CDs first, so I got like
The CDs
I didn't
first.
get I didn't get like the Pioneer CDJs, but I had got like the Denons. I forgot
Yeah.
the model number. I got the Denon CDJs, and then I used to have a book. Matter of fact, I found a book the other day, just flapping through crazy CDs, all kinds of CDs. You put the CD in and so forth and so on. And then the Serato came up. How did Serato? I'm trying to remember how.
How'd you get introduced to it?
Oh, I think, matter of fact, honestly, I think Danny D had told me about it, right? He hadn't had it yet, right? But he had told me about it. And I was like, word? And, certain things I'm just like, nah, I can't have the same feel, the same, reaction. I doubt whatever. And I think we both was thinking the same thing because we heard about it or whatever. But so what happened, I was in Jersey and I had went to Sam Ash.
Mm-hmm.
For something like a little cable or something, right? And my car broke down. When I got ready to leave, my car broke down. And I couldn't leave. I had to wait for AAA. So I was with my aunt, and I was just like, yo, they got the Serato set up in there. I ain't got nothing to do. AAA gonna take forever. I said, I'm gonna go back inside and just play around with it. So I was playing around with it and like scratching and just blending and stuff. And it was like the same. It really did have the same reaction. To me, I was like catching it. I was like, oh. I said, yo, I gotta get this. And I'm looking at my aunt like, how much you got? how much I got? Like I wanted to get it right. Like once I get my mind on
Right
something,
now.
so I was like, yo, I gotta come back here and get it or whatever. So I don't remember if before AAA came, I ended up getting it between the two of us. We had enough money, or I came back. I think I came back like right away. Like if it wasn't that, it was like the next week. I came back and got it because, like I said, D had told me about it, and he hadn't had it yet. I ended up getting it, and then I'm like, yo, the joint is official or whatever. So me personally, I was one of the first ones I know with Serato. And
Nice.
I liked it because I was just like, as I started to like be able to trust it, I was like, yo, I could have like 10, I got like 10, 20,000 songs, in my computer now. Like whoever could carry that much in the Creative Records.
For real.
Like even if you brought out 8 to 10 crates, I mean, you're getting what, maybe 80 records in a crate or whatever. And the most I ever took out, I used to take out 4, maybe 6 crates. So, and that crap is heavy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was like, oh, this is the bomb. It's all on my back. Like, easy.
You got your whole set on your back.
Yeah, and then the power speakers, like I ain't have to have the amps no more and the speakers. It was just like, so, people knock it, but I'm just like, as long as you can rock the party the same, like even if somebody's on something small, I know people be like, oh, vinyl this, vinyl that, or whatever. And then like they see me play, they don't know how long I've been playing. They think that that's all I know. But I'm like, I came from vinyl, but it's easy. And if you can still rock a party, whatever device you rock it on, kill it. Because I seen some people have some real tiny joints and they blends and everything. Like, it's crazy. It's sick.
Yeah, DJ So Lovely. She showed us her first controller. It's a little baby.
Oh, what is it? SB or something?
I don't remember what it is, but
Oh,
she
because I
showed
had to
it.
find your SB.
It was
Uh,
so cute.
yeah, my first controller was because when I got Serato, I was still using my turntables. I was using the Vine. I still have my turntables. Every once in a while, when I do live, you'll see me use my turntables. But my first controller was the NS7.
Okay.
It's heavy for no reason. So yeah, it was the NS7, and I went to the the SB, a little small Pioneer.
Uh-huh.
I got the SX2, and then I got the SR, and
Mm.
that's where I stop at. There's some new things out, and I'm like, I'm not spending no more money right now.
Not
Like,
yet. Let me make more money first, right?
yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use my SX and my SR till
Till
they
they die.
yeah. Well, I don't want to say that. They might die in the wrong place.
So let me take you back for a second, because I had Lady D Wells on here a couple of
Look at that.
days
I
ago.
love that. Her energy is great.
Shout out to her.
Heck yeah.
I asked her about her early career, and I'm gonna ask you, how was it, packing up all your equipment? Did you do it all yourself, or did you have a
Nope.
crew?
Yep. I always had somebody with me. I guess because I don't want to say because I'm a female, but yeah. I mean, I'm a little stronger now. I wasn't that strong, but like for one, I mean, the person that's been with me the longest, that's my right hand, and he's not on social media, but most people say I've made him social media famous, and that's my bro Rocky. That's my cousin. He holds me down like no ever. Like he's always there. He's very dependable all the
Yeah.
time. He's got my back crazy. And I worked with other people. I've had my cousins. I've had my nephews. I've had other friends growing up when I grew up on 8th Avenue. I think my boy Leon was probably the first person that started like working with me, like on that roadie style, helping me
Yeah.
out with equipment. Yeah, I think he was the very first one. Yeah.
Now
And then
pretty much you can do everything yourself.
I mean, if I like when I go to the bar and I go to the club or whatever where there's a sound set up, of course, yeah, I can just throw the book bag on or whatever. But I still do a bunch of private parties, so Rocky is still always on deck with me. Yeah, and sometimes my husband too. I can't forget about him.
Right.
He's like Rody as well, like right there. He helps me out with the stuff too. So, but yeah, I still can't get around on my own because sometimes I do lights and everything for the private party. So yeah, I definitely need manpower.
So your transition and you learn in Serato, how long did it take you to be really comfortable with the Serato?
Um, Honestly, I want to say right away. The only thing that I had to be comfortable about was like the computer itself.
Right.
The process of your computer, if it's gonna handle it, or if that joint is gonna freeze up on you and all that kind of stuff. Like that was scary, at first. And because matter of fact, when I first had Serato, I hadn't had a MacBook yet. I was using a Dell. And I mean, I got pictures. I was doing parties with it. It was working. But I think after a while, one time it must have like froze up on me or something or crashed or whatever. So then I said, nope. Like I'm that type. If something goes wrong or whatever, because I mean, I'm serious about it. Like I know people will be like, nah, I want to get the cheap version, this and that. I'm like,
No,
nah, that's a business. If you're trying to make money,
for
you
real.
want to pay. So I went and got the Mac. And then that Mac lasted me for X amount of years. And then one day that went. And I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta get a new Mac, and now this time I'm gonna put a solid state drive in it, at least a terabyte. And a lot of people didn't want to spend money on that. And I could tell them like, stop trying to. I'm telling you, my joint, when you turn it on, and open up, it just comes up.
Yep.
Before it takes forever to load and stuff like that. So
I
that's
got one. I'm getting ready to put in a computer now.
yep. And then the second go around, the second computer, second
Yep.
matter of fact, because the first one I had was probably yeah, it was a terabyte. I think I'm working with 2 terabytes now. I end up installing the 2 terabyte one myself. I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm pretty tech savvy,
Oh,
and
yeah. Good.
I did it.
We
Yeah,
we there. We there.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's all it took. It wasn't really about the feel of it. I was comfortable when I left Sam Ash that day. I would tell you, I was in love with it. So that was that was it. I think it's dope. There's other platforms out there, but I'm like, nah, I'm sticking with Serato. I don't want to take no risk. I know Serato is stable. I know it works.
So getting off the DJ thing for a tad bit, and tell us a little about your plant-based lifestyle.
Ah, yeah, I love it, man. Ah, it's amazing. Like I feel great. Like I would have never known. I'm a foodie, right? So people say, "Oh, they're a foodie," but then they'll be picky. Like I don't want vegetables, and I don't eat this. I don't eat that. No, I'm a real foodie. I like to eat everything. So all I had to do was cut out the other stuff and choose from the healthier versions of other stuff I like to eat.
Right.
I cut out the meat and the dairy, and I never had high cholesterol, and I never had diabetes or anything like that. But I was pretty close because I was overweight. So, and at my height, I'm under 5 feet. So
Yeah.
the highest I ever was 215, under 5 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, like when you see the before and after, like the older pictures,
I've
long
seen
time
some
ago,
before
that
and
was in
afters.
college. That was around college in the 90s when I was DJing in college. Yep. So I never had those problems as far as diabetes and nothing like that or high blood pressure, but it could have been, close to borderline. But when I started this, yo, the numbers dropped significantly. So if you worried about your cholesterol and all that, like if you get rid of the meat, or, you get rid of like the eggs, that automatically takes the cholesterol out.
Yeah.
Things automatically have the cholesterol in them. So, um, but I've done, like I said, I did all kinds of different diets, yo-yo. So like from that 215 to now, that didn't just happen. At least half of it happened over the last decade or so, but the last 30 to 35 pounds happened in this last year since I went plant based. But it happened. It wasn't even for weight loss. The plant based thing didn't start for weight loss this time. What happened was my knees was hurting, right? So I was doing keto prior to that, which is just all fat and meat, right?
Right.
Fat, vegetables, and very low carb, extreme low carb. They tell you like you can't even eat fruit, you can't eat potatoes, you can't eat jasmine rice, white rice, pasta is bad for you or whatever. And then I'm out there and I see people running and runners and they're eating bagels or whatever. So I didn't get it. So anyway, I had my knees was hurting. When I would go up and down the steps, even in the train, just to get to work, I'd be like, and then like it'd be hard to get, that feeling or whatever. And
Hmm.
and I was like, yo, I'm getting older. All right. I'm 40 and up. In my 40s, so I'm like, I mean, I know things happen when you're 40, but I was just like, nah, hell no. Like I don't want to be that person. I can't see myself in pain and all down, and I'm only 40. Like, nah, this can't be. So I was talking about it to my director. She's also a good friend of mine. She's vegan, and my husband likes to say she's biased because she's vegan. So of course she's gonna tell me that. But hey, that changed my life. So I appreciate it. I go with it. What happened was when I was complaining about my knees, she said, you know what? She said, you probably have a lot of inflammation built up in your system from all that animal meat like that you eat. And when she said that, I was just like, hmm. I thought about it all day, and I was just like, that sounds about right, because we hadn't heard about anti-inflammatory like ways to eat. So I'm like, that sounds about right. I was like, yo, listen, I'm gonna try this for 30 days. I told myself this. I said, I'm gonna try this for 30 days. I had a huge steak in the house for me and my husband. I said, I'm gonna make that steak tonight. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna try no meat and no dairy. Matter of fact, I don't even think I planned on the dairy part at first. I just said I'm gonna try no meat for 30 days. And so when I got home and I took out the steak, it was huge. And I go to start seasoning it, and I just looked at it, and I was just like, I don't know. I just thought about my knees, and I was
Yeah.
just like, I don't even want it tonight. I said, I'm not even gonna wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna start today.
All
I
right
said,
now.
I'm making it, and if he wanted, and it was too much, it was a lot. So I called my cousin like, yo, I'm making a steak. I know you like to eat too. You want to come share this with him? Because I don't want it. And I did it. I went a week. A week went by. 2 weeks went by, and I got to a month, and I wasn't bothered that I wasn't having meat. I couldn't tell yet if I really noticed a real big difference the first month. I wasn't sure, but it wasn't. I wasn't craving the meat. It wasn't driving me crazy. So I was like, I'm gonna try to keep going a little more. So then, what I started to notice was like my breathing and my endurance was better. Like normally, when I go walk up the steps from the train, when I get to the top, I'm like, I got to take a breath or two, and then I gotta go. Right?
Yeah.
I would come out the train station. I get to the top of the steps. I might take one deep breath, and I just keep walking. And I mean, there was something small like that I was just like, oh shoot, okay. And then I would go outside and I would play. I went to a cookout with my brother, and they were like playing basketball, and I'm not no player, but just shooting the ball, throwing the ball
Yeah.
around. And everybody kind of like stopped. The kids were still playing, and I was the only one out there still playing. And I was like, oh shoot, like I'm just keep going when my breathing is
Has
easy.
that energy.
Yeah, so everything I was able to do longer, and that was the first thing I noticed. Then people started noticing the weight and so forth and so on. Then I started noticing like my strength and stuff. So when people say you need protein and all this to build muscle and get strong or whatever, I'm sorry. I don't believe that, and it's not because I read a book about it. It's because of my own personal experience. It's the best. It's the best thing I ever did. It's all good. So it's been a year. No meat, no dairy, and by the end of this month, it'll be 6 months that I actually went 100% plant based. And I say that because for the first year I was still eating seafood every once in a while.
Yeah.
So this year, from January 2020, the only time I had seafood was when I was in Jamaica in February. Now I
Okay.
haven't decided I'm going to give up seafood. So if you look at my hashtag, a lot of times you see mostly plant based. That's because I've left room for the seafood, and sometimes I have some honey or whatever. And honey's not plant based, but as far as cheese, milk, eggs, dairy, I'm done with it. The meat, I'm done with it. I don't need it. I feel too good. Like I don't want to go back.
Right. And I wanted this story to come out because one of our first DJs, DJ Mr. Anderson, he
Hmm.
was heavy too. And I'm confident I can tell his story because
Okay,
he's been posting pictures on Facebook, so people know.
right.
But at his heaviest, he was 300 and some odd pounds. And he took a picture on Facebook, and it looked like he was just standing on one side of the pants he used to wear.
Oh wow,
He lost that much weight. He's down in the
that's amazing.
lower 200s.
That's
It
good.
helps you with your stamina. You're carrying this equipment around.
Yeah,
So,
Yep.
I don't know what type of speakers you have when you go do your private parties, but you still have to maintain and be able to stand up and do a party for
Oh, yeah.
4 or 5 hours.
Yep. And I stand like every once in a while, like if I'm just like out of it, or like when I'm at my residency hall of nights, if I'm up in the booth and I'm just like tired or not feeling well, I might get a chair and sit because I'm up there, nobody can see me. But if I'm in the midst of a crowd like DJing, you
Right,
know, see me sitting down unless I sit down to eat real quick. I can't stand how that looks like sitting down unless you got ailments. And that's why, like I said, I was like, no, my knees, I can't. I gotta stand all night too.
right.
Like, so,
And that's why I was asking about that story because it is important that you take care of yourself too. I was,
oh
oh,
yeah. And then the nightlife is rough, and that's what we're used to. Like, so even like the not drinking, you know, I mean, I don't have to do it, but I just, once I started doing the plant based, I drank a whole lot less because I noticed my stomach couldn't stomach it. I'd be like, and I don't know if it's because my diet has become so clean. So
yeah,
I just let it go. I just go with the flow. I don't fight it. I don't be like, oh man, I can't drink. I need to drink. Like I just, So I mean, I still,
once in a
I
while
can't say
have
I
one.
stopped drinking, but I
Right.
drink way less because I used to.
You used to thug it down, huh?
You ask my friends, they were like, "Yo, Shorty be lit." So
That's why
um,
she plays so good.
I'm glad that I can say I did that. Yeah, it's in all that nightlife. Right after the party, we go to the fast food joints that's open. Used to be a lot of White Castles,
Yeah,
Popeyes, all that stuff,
because that's
and
the stores that's open 24 hours. So that's where we went.
yeah, yep. And then between the drinks with the mix with the syrups and the things, and it's hard.
Yeah.
I, I'm strong, and my willpower is strong enough now that I can be like, okay, now I'll bring something with me, or you know. I remember I was at Eastwood Manor, and man, I mean, Eastwood Manor oxtails is the bomb.
Mm.
Everybody knows Eastwood Manor. You do get over there, like some of the other food is alright, but they oxtails, you looking forward to it. And this was
Wait, that is in the Bronx, right?
yeah, in the Bronx.
What you
The
hanging
first
around our neck of the woods for eating our oxtails?
Yeah, man, come on, the Bronx got the best oxtails. But I couldn't eat it. Like I had stopped eating it. So Rocky, he goes up there and he gets in it. And now he's been with me over the year before that when I was doing keto, and all I wanted was meat and vegetables on my plate. And now he comes back, he's like, I don't know what you want over there. And so I go over there and I look, and because I let all the guests go first,
Right.
I went to jump on the line. So by the time I got there, there was really nothing left for me. It was like there was some rice, but I don't know. I think the rice had meat in it, and
Mm.
the vegetables that was there that had meat in it. Like the collard greens, it all had meat in it. And I was just like, damn. That day I wasn't prepared, so I was just hungry that night. I think I ate some salad and a piece of bread or something, and that was it. So now I learned. I learned to come prepared.
You learned.
But for anybody, like you might think like, oh, it's whack to eat a plant based diet. And you're like, how are you gonna give up chicken? How are you gonna give up chitlins and the stuff that we grew up with? That's soul food. That's supposed to be a part of our culture. I mean, I don't listen to that anymore because I'm seeing our community and everybody get cancer and high diabetes, and all this stuff is reversible. Is dietary diseases, and then they keep telling us that it's hereditary. I don't believe that no more either. It's because it seems hereditary because grandma ate the same thing that you ate that now Junior's eating, and so of course it seems hereditary because we're all eating the same stuff. I don't believe it's hereditary at all. Like, oh, I'm just bound to get sugar because whatever. Now, if I ever get it one day, and I
Right.
want to say something opposite, it might be because I started having too much sugar. But
Right.
right now, I'm gonna fight for my life and I'm gonna fight against it. So it's important, man. We can eat something else. They told us to eat that stuff already. They advertise it left and right because they want to make money.
Yep.
The
For
baby cows, leave the milk for the little cows.
sure.
So think about it. Like there's nobody else eating. Like there's no other animal eating your mama's milk or nothing like that, or they're even their own mama's milk after the cow grows up, or even after the little dog and the cats get the milk from their mom's boobs. They go off and they start drinking water. They're not still drinking the milk, but
Right.
yet we still drinking milk, and it's not even our mama's milk no more. We drinking the cow's milk.
I'm
And they
one
be,
of them. I'm
excuse
guilty.
my language, but they be fucking them cows up so we could get milk. And that's what we was taught. We ain't know no better, but I know better now, man.
You know
My
better now.
milk is good. Pause. I
I
like
know.
my almond milk and my coconut milk and my hemp milk and my oat milk. I'm
And
good.
that's probably what's keeping you looking young.
Oh, thank you.
More brownie points.
Thank you.
So let's get back to the DJ conversation now. The streaming.
Yeah.
Are you on streaming?
I mean, I stream on like Facebook and Instagram. When the bars was open, the clubs was open, and I was doing parties or even my private events, I always went live. Like it's
Okay, so you
live.
didn't just
I
start
was
this.
always going live, and then when everybody started going live, I was in the bed sick from COVID, and I couldn't go live, and I was just like, I'm usually live. So now
Wow.
more people are paying attention to live, even more so than they were before, which is cool. I'm
Wow.
like,
So
okay,
you had
I
this
was doing-
virus.
huh?
You had this virus.
Oh man, yeah, I had that virus. That virus was kicking my ass, yo. I got stuck up my nose 5 times.
Ooh.
I got tested 5 different times because I work with seniors, so I
Oh,
more of a high risk.
yeah.
They had to make sure that I was good before I could come back to work. So
Wow.
I was tested 5 times. So and my doctor said that he thinks that my immune system was pretty strong.
From the plant-based life.
Yeah, from what I've been doing. So that made me even more obsessive. While I was sick, I didn't eat nothing processed. I mean, I do sometimes, like I had some crackers today or whatever. But during that time, I didn't have nothing processed at all natural stuff. Because I was really, once he said that, I was just like, oh, I got to keep my immune system strong. If you
Yeah.
even go back during the last couple of months, you look at my hashtags, not under DJ Shorty Love, under Get Fit DJ SL, that's my personal page.
Mm-hmm.
You go on hashtags, it was like, boost your immune system. So I want to live, man.
I know that.
We ain't got to be dying young over
No.
food. There's so much other food to eat.
Yeah. So, with the streaming, what do you use? Are you using the iRig or anything?
I just recently got the iRig. To be honest, I don't even know if it's working right. I haven't had time to like really test it. I plugged it in and it worked, and I went live and people heard me. I haven't really. What I'm trying to get is that what is it? The OBS? Is
Yeah.
that it? OBS? Yeah, because I used to use when I used to do Sick Mix Radio, I used to do what was it called? Multimedia. I forgot what it was called, but anyway, I had it on my Mac, on my iMac. So the cameras that I have for that is the iMac. So when I got the OBS, I'm like, oh, I tried to download it onto my iMac, but it's too old.
Yeah.
So I downloaded it onto my Windows computer, and unfortunately, the cameras that I have 2 of them, they won't work with the Windows computer because they were for a Mac. So
Wow.
I have to buy a new webcam, and I just been debating on it.
You gotta wait till July or August when they come back in stock.
Yeah, I was just like, I didn't even really want to spend the money on it just yet. Like, I mean, it's important, but the only reason why I really want to do it, when I was doing Sickness Radio, I used to have 2 cameras up, and it was cool. I had 2 different angles. I had the angle of the turntable was just like a shot of me.
Yep.
Or whatever. Then I could put up the graphics and stuff, which was cool. But I do video mixing too. So a couple of times I went live where I had the camera behind me, so you had my back, and you had the TV that's right above my turntables.
Right.
But you had my back. And I was just like, I would like to do it differently. So I know with the OBS, if I get that, I can split the screen, and you could have the camera on me, and then I could run my music videos, so you can see the videos face to face while you're seeing me. So
Right.
that's the only reason why I want it. But if I'm just going live, just DJing for the music's sake, I'm not in no real rush, so I haven't spent the money on it. But yo, Christmas is coming. I want a little portable turntable, and I need a new webcam. Now, Don't just anybody buy it though.
She taking collections in the
You got
chat
to
box.
know
She
me. Or
taking collections.
you can just cash app and say this is for your webcam.
So my I know we're getting short, and we said we was going to
Oh
get
yeah, because I got shirts and,
you
and
got
car
you
decals
got
and
stuff
masks to
going
make.
on. So
Oh man.
my personal last question is, what do you tell a DJ that's just getting into this business and they want to get started? They don't know nobody, you know. What would you advise them to do? How to network? Where to be?
Ah, you know, like my story on how I came into doing it, I feel like is kind of different. Like I feel like a lot of people when they started, they probably were like tagged along with somebody and had somebody to watch. I didn't really have that at first. It wasn't until like later on.
Yeah,
So I always tend to tell people, I'll suggest to them to get convinced their family to get a set. I don't know. I just told them to go the route that I went. I always say you need to get a set, and so that you could practice because you may not be able to find somebody to practice with. Now I know that might not sound that easy either because it's not, money isn't always easy
yeah,
to come
that
by.
stuff ain't cheap.
But the stuff is very cheap now compared to what it took for me to get what I had back in the day. So it's a lot cheaper. And
Yeah,
if
true.
you get somebody that has like a studio set up like me, it might seem like I have a studio set up, but this is my apartment. So it's not like back in the day when I used to live in the Bronx. I used to hook up the big speakers. I don't hook those up in my apartment. I have a lot of like older people in my complex, so I don't have a bunch of people coming over for sessions and all that other stuff. I gotta go somewhere else.
Yeah,
So I say to them, try to get your own set or whatever, and then practice. And then they reach out to me, reach out to whatever DJs or whatever, and just keep practicing. I always say listen to everybody. Don't just listen to your own self because then who you gonna learn from or whatever. And don't be picky and judge another person's mix and not listen to it. I mean, if you have the time, because I feel like you learn what to do and what not to do by listening to other people. It's been
right.
mixed I listen to like, oh, that's dope. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try that, or I'm gonna try something similar. Like I always say, like I'm gonna try something similar. If you want to practice that same thing, but don't go outside and do exactly the same thing, and they be like, yo, you biting off this person. My husband used to hear stuff, and he'd be like, yo, babe, why don't you do that? And I'm like, no, because DJ such and such just did that, or whatever. Okay, maybe I'll take that idea and do something
Yeah,
like
get some
similar.
inspiration.
Right, so I say do that, or I might listen to somebody mix and be like, "What the hell?" Like, oh, don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you learn both ways what to do, and you can listen to somebody mix and learn what not to do. And there's a lot of learn what not to do. So I think it's important to listen to everybody. And as far as where to be, well, right now it's a whole it's different, but um, go out to parties and network with people, and you know if you have your own stuff, that's the best way to be able to showcase yourself. It's much easier than it was back in the day. You can make your own CDs, your own mixes. You can put your own package together. That's
Yeah,
why I know how to do so much because it was expensive. So I always kept learning how to do it myself. Like I learned how to make my own CD covers,
yeah,
and then I got me a CD duplicator and I started duplicating my own CDs. Um, and then I learned how to track them. I learned how to master them and stuff like that. So I think that's very important. Just keep learning, watching others, and listening to everybody. And don't make it about yourself when you're DJing. Not if you want to DJ for a public party and for crowds
yeah,
or ages. Because you try to DJ, that's the other thing. The young folks, if you try to DJ for just your crowd or whatever, they ain't not necessarily paying you no money. These older folks that's having these retirement parties and these weddings and those corporate functions and stuff, that's where you're going to get better money. You're only getting a couple bucks to go play in the bar and the club and all that.
hmm Well, I know you got
I hope
shirts.
that was good advice.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much. I know you're busy. You're making your shirts and everything. Um, I thank you for your time.
Yes, I appreciate you, man. You're super cool. And I
Oh,
appreciate Andy Wells for that plug right there.
oh, thank you so much. And it's
You're
good talking to you. And I'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right, cool. Keep it
Uh,
up. I'm number 18.
number
I got to
18,
30.
your age, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. You have a blessed night, man.
All right. Good
All
night,
right,
Shorty Love.
all right. Peace,
DJ Shorty
everybody.
Love.
Peace, everybody.
So we had another female DJ. I don't know if that's a correct term, but we had a DJ who just happens to be female. And good advice from her. We're on day 18 and we still got what 12 more. So stay tuned and we will see you tomorrow 8 o'clock. This is Harry the Big Dog with DJ Interview. Have a great one.